Hey, what's crackin', beautiful creatures? I'm Carl Asami.
And I'm Max Cal, and today we're going to be checking out some Sega CD, as you can see from the boot up screen here.
Yeah, Sega CD, the first 16-bit system that had support for full motion video. Well, I guess that's not true. The Turbo CD would have predated this,
That's
right?
right, and
Alright.
this came out a little sooner than later.
Yeah, we're just gonna let this awesome intro play.
And here we are. This is Cobra Command, released in 1992 by the Wolf Team. Although this was originally a 1984 Laserdisc arcade from 1984 by Data East and a little help from Toei Animation. I don't know how big of a hit this was, but it did come out around about a year after Dragon's Lair. So they had an idea of where the industry was going.
Yeah, and considering the original game was a Laserdisc, this port is on a technical level pretty impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, this is running at probably like 15 frames a second, but considering they were taking a Laserdisc video and they're putting it on the Sega Genesis, it turned out pretty darn well, I think. Of course, we've got this excellent animation, like Max said, from Toei.
Yeah, those guys need no introduction.
Yes.
They've been around for many years.
Look at that, that's so awesome.
It's like watching an intro for a TV series. This is pretty darn long. And again, a lot of Japanese anime had fairly long intros.
To this day, they tend to be longer than American produced shows.
They're usually about a minute and
Look
30.
at those explosions!
Whoa.
Yeah! That's so badass.
Yeah, way before the extreme era of the 90s.
Alright, so, as Max said, this is, came out a year after Dragon's Lair.
Should probably get started.
Yeah, we should just hop in here. This is the
Go
first...
to the configuration mode.
First Sega CD game we ever owned. Well, technically this and Prince of Persia. The Game Exchange where we purchased this from ended up having many copies of this game. So when we purchased a Sega CD from them, they ended up throwing this in as a free game.
Yeah.
So are these the controls you wanted to go with?
Yeah,
here?
that's
Okay.
a bit more suited for what we're doing.
So let me see if we can raise the limit here. Let's
we're probably
make it
gonna
5.
die a lot.
We haven't played this game very much, so there's a good chance we're not getting past level 2, but we'll give it our best shot here.
Yeah, it looks like you also had the options to change the speed of the footage along with the difficulty settings. I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Alright, so this is New York, stage 1.
Okay, Captain. Let's knock him out of New York.
Yeah, admittedly, when I first tried it out on our Sega CD, I died fairly quickly.
So Max, I'll let you kind of explain the gameplay while I focus here.
Well, basically you have to move this cursor around as this full motion video plays out, and they'll give you these little indicators as to when to fire at enemy targets, or if you look at the bottom of the screen, they'll tell you how to, where to turn your helicopter. So it's basically one giant quick time event type of game.
Much like Dragon's Lair.
Yes, exactly. There's the 90s music.
This game's got a pretty rockin' soundtrack. I kind of wish the sound effects didn't drown it out so much.
Yeah. CD games at this time weren't I mean, as exciting as they were, they did have some sound balance issues with some of these games. Right. Yeah, we did get a little bit of practice in, so we don't suck entirely.
I feel like this helicopter pilot is drunk. He's just flying straight at the walls half the time.
I just assume it's just one guy doing everything, which is why it's so erratic.
Ooh, almost messed that one up.
Helicopters normally have 2 pilots.
Alright, that's stage 1, New York.
Yeah, the first stage is usually easy, but yeah, this is about as far as I went the first time I played.
Yeah, there's some other exotic locations in this game, such as Italy, and I think the final level takes place at Easter Island, but I've never gotten that far myself.
Yeah, isn't there about 4 or 5 levels? I forgot to check.
Yeah, it's not a super long game, but I mean, it was a Laserdisc game, so there's only so long it could be.
Oh yeah. I wonder how much it cost to make back then.
Yeah, from what I understand, there's not a whole lot of these arcade cabinets left. They weren't mass-produced the same way that some other cabinets were. Oh!
There's your first death.
So then you get a quick cutscene of the helicopter blowing up here.
One of the few flaws that I can think of for this game is that you can't pause during the action. Once it starts, you gotta sit through it. Yeah, I'll let you try one more time here.
I'll pass the controller at the next death here.
Whoa! What? They didn't give you enough time to react there.
So yeah, you can tell this was designed to eat as many quarters as possible.
Oh yeah, especially dragons. Wow.
Yeah, I think that guy you have to use missiles on.
Oh, I see. I guess some of these guys have heavier armor, so sometimes they, Okay, I think I'm trying to get this bit. I think they pushed me a bit further back this time. Ah, there we go.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing you gave us those extra lives.
Yeah, we're going through them quickly. Dang. Already a game over.
We still got some time. Oh, we made it to the high score screen. Yeah, I'll be generous.
Ah, thank you. My initials, the most important initials.
Of course, that's just for the normal difficulty. And luckily, we still get 2 continues, so we can move on here.
Yep. So this game was designed by, what is it, Yoshihisa? Yoshihisa Kishimoto. He was the lead designer on some other titles such as Kunio-kun, which is a character who's had quite a legendary history. Mm-hmm. Of course, he was the star of River City Ransom. And the lead developer on this also did, Double Dragon for Data
right.
East? So it's pretty prolific developer who worked on this.
Of course, it's very different compared to those games.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't even get a chance there.
Yeah, this is definitely a game that you kind of have to just memorize where everything pops out, because you don't really have enough time to react unless you know it's coming.
Yeah, gotta make sure my guns don't overheat, though.
Yeah, you can't just fire the machine gun as much as you want, otherwise the guns overheat.
I gotta use the missile there.
I found the best strategy in this game is to just constantly
fire everything.
Yeah, fire everything at once, because you don't know what's going to be effective
right.
against the enemy.
You got firepower. Weasel.
So the hardware for the original arcade was based off of another arcade cabinet called Bagan's Battle, which came out in 1983, the same year as Dragon's Lair. So I don't know if that game was copying what Dragon's Lair did. It came out so close to Dragon's Lair that I'm inclined to believe that they both just kind of had the same idea at the same time. But I couldn't find any conclusive evidence as to what inspired what.
Oh yeah, I also gotta pay attention to the directions if they give me any. I really need to hit the 2 fire buttons.
Yes. I'm telling you, that's the way to do it.
Whoa.
Should I take over here? Or?
Yeah, we got about 1 continue left.
Okay, we'll see if we can at least make it to level 3.
So did you know that there was also an NES game?
No, I did not.
Yeah, that one came out about 4 years after this one, but since they obviously couldn't replicate what the arcade could do, they had to...
I imagine they redesigned the game.
That's right.
You'd have to. Without CD support, there's no way you could support this much data.
Yeah, I think they turned it into a kind of a choplifter type of game. And I like choplifter.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Choplifter.
Where you rescue the hostages.
Yeah, the first time I played this game, I wasn't terribly impressed with it. But it does kind of grow on you a little bit.
Ooh.
I think it's probably easier for someone in our age group to get into this game, as it... I mean, it's the gameplay is very archaic compared to what modern gamers are used to. You have no control really over your ship, or not ship, your chopper, other than the random prompts of going up or down or left or right. Yeah, if you've never seen the arcade game, I definitely implore you to check out a YouTube video, because it's the animation really is it's really stellar stuff, and
Yeah.
a lot of it does get lost in the conversion here.
Oh, I don't think I've seen the Pacific.
It's been a while since I've played this level, so I'm probably gonna die pretty quickly.
Yeah. Hey, we get to see a battleship.
Yeah, for about half a second. Jesus Christ. They gave me no time to react to that one.
Fleet of the Pacific.
Let's
Let's sink 'em.
sink him. What?
I guess you use a missile?
I fired a missile, but I guess I missed.
Enemy fleet of the Pacific.
I mean,
Let's sink 'em.
Huh. Spam missiles.
I fired one. What can I say? This is a very unforgiving game.
Enemy fleet of the Pacific. Let's sink 'em.
Let's sink him. All right. I'm trying. I swear.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to keep shooting at them before I even get the prompt. I think that's the way to do it. Oh,
Ooh. Wait, why was he flying towards that?
yeah. Who hires a helicopter to take out subs? Bad strategy.
Yeah, this guy's gotta be on liquor.
Ooh. There I go. All right.
Fleet of the Pacific. Let's sink 'em.
Yeah, you really gotta be on them.
Man, if you imagine what most arcade games were like in the 80s, like, you can really see how a game like this would have stood out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did we just use up all of our continues?
I think we may have. I think that might be it.
Well, we didn't do too badly. I mean, you got to the 3rd level.
I mean, I don't think we really need to show much more of this game. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
you've got the 2 fire buttons, you've got the directional pad, and that's pretty much the game.
If you find this game interesting at all, or you can also find this game on the Sony PlayStation, the Sega Saturn, and the most recent release was on the iOS in 2009.
Yeah, like I said, for people who are a little bit younger than we are, it's probably going to seem very archaic to you. So I don't think a lot of newer gamers are going to be particularly interested in this one. But if you grew up in the 80s or the early 90s and you want a little nostalgia kick, this is definitely worth checking out. And I think it came with a lot of the Sega CDs that were sold in the United States. I mean, you go to any retro game store, you're probably going to see quite a few copies of this.
One of the most common games out there. But hopefully we'll come back again with some more Sega CD.
Yeah, maybe something a little more interactive next time.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that was Cobra Command. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.
Take care.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Twin Opinion cares about your opinion, and your participation keeps us alive. So share your comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. You can also find Twin Opinion on Facebook or visit our website at asamiarrow.com.